Never have I played a game in the last 25 years that has made me feel more accomplished when taking down enemies or completing a puzzle to then turn around and make me feel like a complete dumbass. One moment I'm taking on a group of enemies while bouncing off my shield a bomb attached to it while freezing enemies with an arrow in midair to then go and attack them with my weapon and collect everything from them. Then enter a shrine and I can't get past a simple door, all to eventually find out that all I had to simply do was attach one piece of wood to a post and boom, the door opens to finish the shrine. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I don't think you've played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. But we're not talking about that old game. That's 6 years old now. We're talking about Tears of the Kingdom, baby. One of the biggest games to come out this year, and honestly, probably in the last 5 or 6, ever since Breath of the Wild originally came out. And everything that I just talked about here simply is the experience I would say most players get when playing Tears of the Kingdom, which can make it perfectly awesome, but at the same time, a little overwhelming, especially if you've never played any games like this. That's why we here at Five Nine Direct are here to tell you what every single player needs to do and know when playing Tears of the Kingdom. What up, my fellow nerds? Tallen here, and subscribe to the channel so I can build my own personal Lynel destroying machine. These beasts scare me. I don't care what color they are, they scare me. If you enjoy the video, a like and a sub to the channel would always be amazing, as it helps us with the all scary algorithm. Also, leave your best tip below in the comments if you have any, or anything we might have left out here for Tears of the Kingdom. If you dislike the video, we encourage you to leave a dislike and let us know down in the comments below how we can improve our video going forward. All right, let's get into this. Like I said before, this game can feel overwhelming, especially if this is the first time playing a game like this. An open world, go anywhere, do anything when you feel like it. That means that some players that see this video are going to see some of these things and be like, oh my gosh, that makes things so much easier. While others are going to look at me and go, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, this isn't rocket science. With that in mind, there's no particular order to any of these tips, so make sure to check the timeline down below if you want to see what you are particularly interested in, or if there's something new that you haven't noticed before. Hopefully this can help many players of all levels. One tip I consider advanced might be considered easy by some people, and vice versa, of course. Either way, check the timeline like I stated before, and hopefully one tip can help you from this video. Also, this is mostly going to cover after the main tutorial island in the sky, and we are not going to contain any story spoilers, even though the game's been out for about a month by the time we're making this video. But this game is constantly seeing new developments and new patches and just new experiments by the community, and it can just make this game feel like 5 years down the line we're still discovering new things. All right, let's get to our first tip. Okay, let's start with a very simple one, and that is the map and sky towers. See, I told you there might be a few. Well, duh. When you first get down to the mainland, it can seem very intimidating. A huge map with random quest markers and no idea what you are getting into. I mean, you're gonna see hills, forest, mountains, snow, and more. So again, it can be very scary at first. This is why we recommend getting the sky towers unlocked to open the map up. While yes, the game shows you 4 main points that you can go for the story, it can be kind of tricky to prepare for your journey since weapons are gonna break, clothes are needed to protect you against the weather, so this just simply makes it much easier when you have an actual map to look at. Ignore the main quest and get these towers online. Most of these are very simple, as simply you need to go inside and press A while getting shot up into the sky. Others, on the other hand, you'll need to find a door or a different way in. Again, not too hard, the game literally shows you how to do it. Trust me, having most of the map open will make your life so much easier and just honestly make the game more fun. Plus, you get to discover brand new things that you might even realize, and it's honestly probably going to distract you for the next 5 hours. The next thing you know, you spent 10 hours on the game and nothing has been accomplished in terms of the main quests, but you know deep down below, you have accomplished some things.
What year is it?
Next thing every player needs to know is upgrading your stamina. Things like running, climbing, gliding, and even getting the Master Sword. Don't worry, we're not going to show you anything here regarding that. Requires stamina. Now, just like hearts, stamina increases when you get 4 lights of blessing from shrines, and then you turn them into the statues that you see on screen. Every time you upgrade your stamina wheel, it'll increase a little bit. Increase it 5 times to get a complete brand new circle, and if you want to, you can get a total of 3 circles. You already have 1 when you begin the game, so you can get 2 more. You can get some extra through foods and everything, but in terms of upgrades, this is the max you can get. This will allow for traversing around the world to be much easier. Some extra things to keep in mind when it comes to your stamina. When you're climbing, if you jump compared to simply just climbing up the wall, you will use more stamina. So know when to do a normal climb compared to a jump. If it's not that far and you know you can make it, by all means do the extra jumps and you're good to go. But if you're someone who's low on stamina and is just starting the game out, sometimes it's better to take it slow, or if you're lucky enough, try to find some indents into the hill that you're trying to climb. You can actually stand on these, get your stamina back, and then continue your climb. So just keep an eye out for those things when you're doing all this stuff, especially in the beginning of the game. Gliding, as stated before, also takes stamina, but if you run out of stamina while you're gliding, you get one last chance to open your glider right before you hit the ground. So don't worry if you're about to run out of stamina and go, oh crap, I'm about to die. No, you'll be fine as long as you don't land in a puddle of electrical eels or anything like that. Firing your bow in midair this time also uses a decent amount of stamina, so be careful, especially if you're at the beginning of the game when you don't have much on your stamina bar. Again, like we said at the beginning of this tip, this is why we say it is best to build your stamina bar before going for the hearts, because you can get hearts other ways. For example, going to the temples and other things like that. One thing every player needs to get used to paying attention to is durability. While I personally despise the weapon durability in its current state in the game, we have to live with it, unfortunately. There are some tricks, however, though, to getting the most out of your weapons. For example, when your weapon is red on the weapon screen, this means it's about to break. This means if you want to keep that weapon, but it's about to break, time to switch over to a brand new weapon. One thing you can do is repair your weapons if you find Octo Rocks and let them suck your weapon.
That's what she said.
One thing you can do to repair your weapons is to find Octo Rocks. When they start to attack, they actually start to suck in anything that's around them. They'll usually shoot a big fireball at you. If you drop a weapon or shield onto the ground, however, though, they will suck that up. And if it's the very first time when you've run into that enemy, they will actually repair it and give it a random buff. They'll shoot it back at you though, so make sure you either have a shield up or you dodge or something like that so you don't hurt yourself. The only way to use the same Octo Rock to upgrade your weapons again, however, / repair them, is when the Blood Moon comes out. So the moment your Octo Rock there has officially upgraded / repaired one of your weapons or shields, just take it out. Then when the next Blood Moon comes around, then you can come back to the exact same spot and do it all over again. Plus it will give you a random stat increase like we mentioned before, like attack up, extra durability, etc. One thing some players don't know is that the new fuse ability here does not actually increase your durability. It increases your attack power and everything, but not your durability. You want to increase your durability? Again, you're gonna need to find an Octo Rock. Save before you let it suck up your weapon, however, though, because this is random. If you specifically want durability, save your game, let the octopus suck up your weapon and shoot it back at you. If you don't get durability, reload your game and try again until you get what you want. If you still have your game at version 1.1.1, you can actually still dupe your shields and weapons pretty easily. This is why we always recommend that you turn off auto updates. I believe update 1.1.2, the current version of the game as of June 6, 2023, has a shield and weapon dupe glitch as well, but I'm not exactly sure how it goes. Again, we'll have some links down below if you want to check these out. If you want to search it yourself, however, though, should be pretty simple. Simply go into YouTube, type in Tears of the Kingdom version 1.1.2 duplication glitch, and boom, you'll most likely find something. Going off a quick side tip right here, there are some updated dupes for your items, not just your shields and your weapons, but also your items that you can use as well that will leave some links down below. Make sure to check them out. Regardless of what you think of this game takes a ton of resources and farming them naturally can take a long time. Some items come naturally, of course, but there are others that will take a long time to do. So no one's gonna blame you if you do this thing. Plus, if anyone gets on their high horse and tells you that they never do and they all do it naturally, they're most likely lying. Up next, we need to talk about building. Now, building should be something obvious, but I'm more talking about building things that the community has discovered or yourself has discovered. This game allows us to literally build anything. I've seen videos on simple cars to a freaking X-Wing, and it is goddamn beautiful.
It was perfect. Perfect.
One of the most popular builds, however, though, is the air bike. Yes, this is better than the glider. We can have a debate on which one looks cooler, but in terms of which one's better, it's the air bike. Now, this means you're going to need to get the auto build feature, which requires you to get the mission Mystery of the Deaths. Once you complete this, you'll be able to get the auto build ability, which will allow you to save up to 8 builds in total as your favorites. One of these needs to be this bike. Also, side note real quick, if you take parts out of your inventory before doing the auto build, it will not use up any Zoneites. Another thing to do is upgrade your battery as well. Another benefit to getting auto build from the depths is that you actually open up a store in that same area, which will allow you to buy crystals, which you can then trade in to upgrade your battery. This is going to help you when flying around all the areas, whether it's the depths, the skies, or the mainland. Heck, you can even use things like this contraption right here to take on Lynels and more. Again, though, make sure you have things like Zonites and other things to recharge your batteries when using something like this against these beasts. It takes a lot of energy. Next up, we need to talk about the depths, which is actually going to build off of what we talked about when it comes to building vehicles. Once you have the ability to make that bike that we mentioned beforehand, do not, and I beg of you,
no, God, please, no, no!
Do not try going around the depths on foot. It is a waste of your time and a waste of your resources. Grab that bike that you've made now, throw a light flower onto the front of it, and boom, instant transportation around the entire area of the depths. This allows you to see light routes from afar as well. Then, once you activate them, you can start finding the shrines above the ground as well. The nice thing about exploring the depths is that it actually helps you with above ground areas as well. So it's really beneficial to you to go around the depths and see as much as you can. You also find some secret bosses, a lot of hidden items and everything, and it's just worth it to explore and really try and find as much as you can down there. Then, once you activate all of those light routes like we mentioned beforehand, you can start finding the shrines above on the mainland. Want to increase your stamina faster now like we talked about way back at the beginning of the video? Well, then here's a really good detail to remember. The light routes that you find in the depths are the exact same locations on the main ground where the shrines are. Also, the names of the light routes are the reverse of the shrine names. Makes it super easy for finding these. And the more shrines you do and complete, the more you'll be able to upgrade your stamina and your hearts. So it's a win-win. Moving back to some different stuff that every player needs to do, a side mission that will help you a lot, especially for the end game, is finding the Great Fairy side quest to upgrade your armor. There are 4 side quests to awaken the 4 Great Fairies. It's a little different than it was in Breath of the Wild. This time you need to get music to play for them, and then they will finally upgrade your stuff. However, you cannot play the music, unfortunately. There's, to my knowledge, no musical instrument that you yourself personally can play. To start this quest, be sure to stop by the former Rito stable located in the frontier just before the entrance to the Rito village in the far northwest. If you do this, you yourself are going to become a reporter. Now head to the woodland stable and find a traveling band. Currently only 1 person, but they will become a band eventually. Help fix their cart and the first Great Fairy will become unlocked. Now go to the next stables based on the missions and everything / where the actual Great Fairy pods are, and you'll start more missions just like beforehand. Fix their carts, get them up to the Great Fairy, and next thing you know, all 4 will be unlocked. Now you can start upgrading your stuff. This will cost you a lot, so be prepared to cough up a lot of materials. Hence why we kind of said, maybe start doing some of those glitches and duping methods. Again, no one's gonna judge you. It can be worth it, however, though, because some of these armor sets do give you extra bonuses, plus they just look freaking awesome. So find what you need, and as soon as you get all the armor that you want, start upgrading, because it's definitely gonna be worth it, and again, helps you in the long run. All right, we gotta talk about these motherfuckers, because oh my gosh, have you ever run into these scary ass hands? Yeah, no lie, these are scarier than any other enemy in the game. Well, here's some easy ways to take down these goddamn scary ass hands. If you ever find yourself getting chased by the devil hands, grab your bow, attach a bomb flower, and send them back to whence they came. Once you do that, you're gonna fight Phantom Ganon actually. Don't worry, there are multiple places around the entire world to fight these hands and Phantom Ganon, so this isn't the only time you're gonna fight them. If you happen to have the Master Sword, this actually makes it pretty easy when it comes to fighting Phantom Ganon. But even if you don't, yeah, it's actually not too hard. To defeat him, you also get a pretty decent sword along with a bow and some other items that will drop. Now, you'll never be scared of these creepy hands ever again. Just anytime you hear the music, don't panic, like we all do at the very beginning of the game. Prepare yourself, get up on top of a rock, get your bow ready, and let those motherfucking hands have it. Next, let's go into one of my personal favorites, and that is taking down those blasted Lynels. Things like perfect blocking, shooting them in the head with arrows to stun them, mounting them from behind to do some damage after stunning them, are most things I think people know, especially if you played Breath of the Wild, or you've maybe seen some other videos on Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Huge tip here though, shout out to our editor James for this one. When mounting them to do damage, your weapons are actually not going to break down, meaning your durability is going to stay the same. Yeah, screw you durability. Lynels also drop some of the best items in the game. You want to get some of those special Silver Lynel parts that maybe you've seen some of your friends do? First, you're going to need to take down the normal, the blue, and the red Lynels. Then after the blood moon happens and they reappear, take them down again until they start to evolve. Now, personally, if you want to take them down really easily without having to waste some of your weapons or anything, I recommend this lovely little machine right here. If you want to know how to make it, I'll leave a link down below and tag it and all that fun stuff because it is super fun to use. A little expensive on the Zonite parts, but overall, I personally love using it, and it's just super funny to use as well. Also, if you run into them in the depths, you're going to need to take care of their armor. If you want to take care of their armor, you're going to need a heavy weapon and or some bomb arrows. After defeating a ton of these enemies, you're going to be able to start using some of their items that they drop, like fusing them to arrows, weapons, and armor pieces for upgrades to make the endgame even easier. Again, Lynels are definitely considered one of the hardest enemies back in the old days, but nowadays, not so much, especially with being able to build everything. It's just so much fun. It really is. There are so many more things that we could go over and cover so much more. Lots will require some spoilers, but we're not going to talk about that today. But the game is constantly evolving and changing. Something new is being discovered almost every single day. Heck, it wouldn't surprise me again if in 5 years, things are still getting discovered to this day. With that being said though, if you used any of these tips we showed you today, we guarantee that the game is not only going to become easier, but it's going to allow you to start to discover things on your own that you never thought might be possible. But now, I want to hear from you. What is your best and or favorite tip in Tears of the Kingdom? Let us know all your thoughts down below in the comments right now. Also, if you enjoyed the video, we ask that you leave a like and sub to the channel if you want to see more guides, reviews, and videos in the future. Also, don't forget to check out our TikTok for more fun shorts and other content. I've been Tallen with 59 Direct. Thank you so much for watching the video, everybody, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. Johnny.